Dr. Tim Losby with Max Living Chiropractic, helping you understand a very common problem that can be very serious and cause a lot of issues. And it's one that I struggled with when I was younger. And for me, it didn't cause any neck pain. But a cervical kyphosis describes the spine arcing in the wrong direction. So when you look at your spine from the side, it has to have curves in it. There's got to have a curve in your neck, in your back, and in your low back. This curve in your neck is the most important one because it's the closest to your brain, so it affects literally every part of your body. When it's arcing backwards, that's a good position. There's not much tension on the spinal cord. If you lose this curve or it starts to arc the opposite direction, causes major, major problems. So the condition cervical kyphosis describes it arcing the opposite direction. Not only can this cause stress and tension on the spinal cord, but it can stagnate or cause a buildup of the cerebral spinal fluid. So the spinal fluid doesn't flow as well. Oftentimes it can cause pain. Oftentimes it doesn't. Like myself, I never had neck pain with this condition, but it created a lot of others. I didn't sleep well at night. I had brain fog. And I'm sure it was building other disease processes in my body if I would have left it like that. So studies show when the spine starts to arc in the opposite direction, when you start to get this configuration of the spine, it can stretch the spinal cord up to 5 to 7 centimeters, which creates pathological tension and can put the body in a state of sympathetic dominance. So your sympathetic nerve system is a great thing, but we don't want to be there all the time. We want to be majority of the time in parasympathetic mode, but with tension on your spinal cord, you're going to lean more towards sympathetics, which can cause all kinds of problems. Higher blood pressure, poor blood sugar regulation, stress, poor sleep, anxiety, depression, and a host of other issues. And unfortunately, these days, life and society set us up for this problem. Now, a reverse curve in the neck, a cervical kyphosis, can be caused by traumatic events like a whiplash injury or sports injury. I'm sure mine might have been caused by football collisions. But it's all the other things that we do throughout the day. It's looking at our cell phones. It's computer time. It's the way we drive. It's taking notes and writing. It's sleeping with 2 pillows behind your head. All these things can set us up for a reverse curve in the neck and a disease process building in our body. So unbelievably common and very important to get checked and corrected. The sooner the better. So the way you get checked is by looking, is by taking an x-ray. Some indications, if you don't have an x-ray, would be if you're not able to look completely up at the ceiling. Like if you get restricted and you can't lean your head back very far, really strong sign you might have a cervical kyphosis. If you've got a lot of forward head posture, if your head's sitting way in front of your shoulders, another strong indication you or someone you might know might have a cervical kyphosis. But the best way to look is to look and see an x-ray. And then correction is a possibility. But the key to correction is not just to find a chiropractor that will pop your bones and snap your neck. You need someone that's going to take the time to test, assess, and address the situation, and then retest it afterwards to make sure it's getting better. And that process can look like certain types of adjustment and tractioning. It can be different for different situations, but the important part is to find the right person that can have the right protocol to correct the condition. So if that's you or someone you haven't had an x-ray taken, that's the recommendation is get it checked, get an x-ray taken.